Hey guys, welcome back to the Snapprint Chronicles. Today we're coming back at you with another Ratchet video. This one is from the Craftsman family, and this one fits into Craftsman in the group of the first quick release Ratchets from I guess mid 60s, mid to late 60s up until I guess early to mid 90s. So but before we jump into it, if you could do me a big favor and hit the like button, and also hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell icon or whatever, so whenever I drop a video, it's there. If you could do me a favor, this is the US Forged in USA VV 42791. This is the Flexhead version in that family group of ratchets, and just for comparison, here is a regular size Craftsman ratchet from that same group, and if you can tell here, this is quite a bit longer. This is around 7 inches, and this one runs around 11 inches. And also the switch is different than this one, because this one had the flex, and you couldn't have a protruding handle like that on the switch. If you had the flex like this, that piece would hit this piece over here in the flex. So they needed I guess call it an hourglass shaped switch here. This one I picked up is in pretty good shape. Some kind of interesting features in this Craftsman group. We'll jump into it as we go along. Let me see, let's take a look. One thing I did notice, which is a little bit strange, is this font and the lettering. You can see, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but I did see this on a couple of the same model examples, on different examples. The font is kind of thick on the bottom and thinner on top. Let me get a pick here. You can see, like, up here is kind of thin. It's pretty thin, and then down here is kind of more thick, the lettering. I don't know if if they did that on purpose, or if that's kind of a misstrike. But like I said, I did see that in this model on other ratchets of the same type. So don't know what happened there, if that was, like I said, intentional. On this one, which is the regular size one, you see the lettering is pretty uniform on these. Okay, and the strange part about this ratchet is that it comes with two different numbers. It comes the same ratchet, more or less, pretty much, and it comes with different model numbers. There's a 42791 like this one, and there's a 42793, which is the same ratchet but with a different model number. This, I'm gonna pretty much assume this is an earlier one than the 793 one, just because they have certain features on this that makes me think it's earlier. Differences here on that one, the 3 against this one, is that those have like a black pin that's kind of pushed in, and these have kind of this silver pin that's mushroomed out and kind of, I guess, peened out on this end over here. That's one difference. The other ones that I saw that were the 3s, they had that black pin that's just pushed in and flush. Another difference is this one, you see 7 ones with an oil, 9 ones with an oil port. This one did not come with an oil port, but when we open it up, you're gonna see something weird. And this one has the old quick release with the pin in it. You see the pin protruding there. The newer style of quick release for this series did not have a pin. You can see here it's solid quick release, but solid no pin compared to that one. But the older ones in this series did have a pin, and I just happen to have an older one here, and here is, you can see this one has a pin. This one is pretty early, and this says 1967 on it and has the patents. And this one is also, these are also have an anomaly on them too, but I'll jump into that a little later. Okay, so we have those differences between this and that. And why did they change the numbers on these ratchets? Why couldn't they have just left the model numbers the same? Which is an interesting question. I'm not too sure, but I have a theory on what happened, and I could be wrong. And here is the gear, and the gear on this looks pretty good, pretty pristine. I don't think this ratchet has seen much use. There's the ball detent and the peening. The peening looks a little bit off, but it's working. Yeah, this one overall looks to be in good shape. I did a little bit cleaning on this, but all the parts look pretty nice, and the inside looks good. And where is, okay, take this out. Okay. Alright. Here's the switch. Switch looks to be in good shape. These, you put them with the little switch that's protruding. The part of the switch goes facing towards the quick release, not like this, facing towards the bottom, but the protruding little arm of the hourglass, it faces up in the switch. And this is what the switch looks like. Switch is in good shape, and we have the pawl. Here's the pawl. The pawl also looks pretty pristine. Doesn't look like there was much wear on it. Has 2 teeth per side, and I think this has 32 teeth. I'm guessing, but something, yeah, around something in the 30s, 32 or 36. And here is the ball that goes under, and the spring. There's the spring, and here is the broaching for the pawl, and everything looks good there. So overall, everything's in good shape on this ratchet. The anomaly here is, if you look on top here, you see there is a quick an oil port hole that got that was drilled, but no oil port was put on it. because if we look up here, it's flat, and you don't even see that hole, which I thought was kind of interesting. You see it here, but you don't even see like a dimple or anything on this side. So this is maybe a transitional one, where they were doing away with the oil port, which is, as we know, an earlier version of this Ratchets had the oil ports, and later versions did not have the oil ports. Okay, another interesting thing, not on this Ratchet, but on these, here is an early quick release and a later on one. This one has the oil port, actually says oil on it. Those might be an early version, I'm not sure. This one doesn't have an oil port, has the solid quick release. This one has the kind of big pin early quick release. This one is a model 43785, and strangely enough, this one is a 43784. And I've had several early ones, have a few, not as early as this one, but probably towards the 70s more, and they were all 85s, like this one, 7385s, and this one is a later one without the oil port, and this one is an 84 with the new style of quick release. And it's kind of strange because this one went from 9.1 to later on versions being 9.3. This one went from being 8.5 to being 8.4. So this one actually went back in numbers, the later one, and this one went forward in numbers. I don't know why they did that. Kind of strange. My theory on why they changed model numbers and why they even changed the quick releases is probably lawsuits and litigation. I think the original designer of the quick release was kind of paid a paltry amount for his patent and later sued, and I think what happened was that they stopped using his design and they went to a slightly different design, which I guess they didn't have to pay royalties for. And on the same note, they changed the model numbers, I guess, to kind of push that point that this is a different model and it has a different design. And that's just a theory of mine. I can be wrong. If you guys have more information, you Craftsman guys out there know why they changed the model numbers on the same Ratchets, one going forwards, one going forwards, one going backwards. Any info would be appreciated. These go back similarly to other ones that if you go in my playlist and go under Craftsman quick release, I'll have videos on how to put this one back together. I'm not going to put it back today just to save some time. This one's a little bit tricky because it does have a flex. So what I do suggest is if you're going to put this together, don't put this on your lap or try to do it freehand. Put it flat on a flat surface, and with your little screwdriver get your spring and ball in and hold it down. That way it won't flex on you when you're trying to hold the ball down, because if you do it on an uneven surface, it'll flex and your ball will go flying and you might have a bad day. So if you're going to try to put this back together, do it on a flat surface. That's going to help you get this done a little bit easier. Alright guys, that's all I got. Until next time.